Hi, I'm Don from DonDronesOn. There was a flurry of excitement in the droning community when DJI released firmware for the Mini 2 drone that supposedly fixed the battery discharge problem. This problem meant that the Mini 2 smart batteries were not properly discharging to 72% after 5 days if left in the charging hub or in the drone. This is great, it's fixed. Or is it? Time for a science experiment. Hang on, just 1 minute. I have my car in the shop, so just talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, hi Dave, it's Don Joyce. Yeah, I brought my car in yesterday to get the brakes fixed. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, are they fixed? Pardon? They're optimized. What does that mean? Well, good question. But optimized is the actual word DJI used to describe what they did in the firmware load to address this discharge problem. Not fixed, not addressed, but optimized. Here are the release notes they published with the 1.03 release. Optimized auto-discharge process for battery. Refer to the DJI Mini 2 user manual for more information. Okay, here's the user manual. And they did update it, but it's exactly the same as the previous version except for one thing. It now says, blah, 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 and automatically discharges to approximately 72% of the battery level when it is idle for 9 days. 9 days? Wait, the previous version of the manual said 5 days. See, here it is right here, 5 days. Is this what they meant by optimize instead of saying fixed? They just updated the manual? Oh, come on, couldn't be. And by the way, don't forget that when they say 9 days of idle time, that's when the discharge process begins. Older DJI batteries took 2 or 3 days to discharge to their storage level. So if the same is true for the Mini 2 batteries, if I'm going to try this, I will need to wait 12 days to see if this firmware update actually did anything. And so let's do this. By the way, this little timeline shows how this works. After 1 day of being idle, and by idle I mean no buttons being pushed, batteries not in the drone and activated, it's supposed to discharge to 96%. Then after 9 days of being completely idle, the second discharge cycle begins, which again, I'm guessing takes 2 or 3 days to drop down to the storage level of 72%. So here's what I did in my experiment. I have 3 Mini 2 batteries. I charged them all up together in the charging hub overnight. On June 17th, I updated 2 of the batteries to the latest firmware. Now, to do this, you have to insert each battery into the drone, one at a time obviously, and perform the firmware check and take the update. It takes a few minutes to do this. Okay, so now I have batteries A and B updated to the new firmware load and battery C still on the old load. I kept battery A out of the charging hub and I put the other 2 into the charging hub. The charging hub was left unplugged and I didn't touch the little button on the hub for the 12 days either, because touching that button would reset that countdown timer. If everything is working according to what DJI says, we would expect battery A, sitting loose, to start discharging to about 72% after 9 idle days. And by the way, it would have done this anyway with the old firmware load, but just to see if it still works, let's try that. Battery B, again with the new firmware load, also should start discharging to 72% because of the fix. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean the optimization. And battery C, with the old firmware, should still be at nearly 100% after 9 days because of this problem. Okay, so I just left all this stuff to sit for 12 days and I went about my normal, exciting life. Okay, here we are on day 12, June 29th. Let's see how things look. First, let's just pop battery A into the hub. to join its mates and press the button to see how many lights we get. Lo and behold, batteries A and B show 3 lights as expected, and battery C still seems fully charged. Again, as expected. Cool. Now, let's check the actual percentage by putting each of them into the drone and checking. Okay, that took a little while, so here are the results. The 2 batteries with the new firmware load showed 71% charged, close as you can get to the expected value. And battery C with the old firmware showed no significant discharge with 97%, exactly as it's supposed to go. So there we have it. The new Mini 2 firmware load 1.03 has been proven to work for the battery discharge fix. So the next time you need your brakes fixed, just ask them to be optimized. It'll be fine, I'm sure of it. Thanks for watching. Safe and happy flying.